I met Heine Müller when I was quite young, about 25, I think, in London. And I had a small theatre collective called Primitive Science. And there were 4 of us. And I was performing at the time. And the director was half German. And he'd translated Heine Müller's plays into English. And they'd been published by Faber in London. And we performed a production of Heine Müller's Medea material in a small theatre in Soho in London. And Heine Müller came to spend a week with us and to look at the work. And I don't think I personally understood really, a lot of what the work was about, what his texts were about. But I was very interested. We were all very interested in the form of his writing. We'd all studied theatre, but nothing we'd studied, none of the plays that we'd been studying looked anything like Heine Müller's plays look on the page, and they didn't seem to speak about the same things either. I think maybe about 10 years ago, the Teatro de la Badia here in Madrid asked me if I would come and direct El Café of Fassbinder, which was Fassbinder's version of the Goldoni play. And then I discovered Fassbinder as a writer as well as a visual artist, and was kind of fascinated by his work, how his work began in Munich in the 60s with the anti-theatre group, and how he then continued working with the same actors making his films. And then somehow I ended up looking at this film, Beware of a Holy Whore, which is the film that we've been working on in rehearsals. And I looked at that film, and the film is really about a filmmaker who is Fassbinder trying to make a film. So it's kind of amazing that he made this film quite soon after he started making films. But because he'd already done so much work in the theatre and worked with his group of actors, you look at the film and you feel like it's a theatre piece. Well, it's what I felt looking at it. Although it talks about film, and it is film, of course, and he's a wonderful filmmaker, I think. But there's something about theatre in the group being together, the highly charged emotional state of everybody involved. The fact that one person has to be the director, which causes its own problems. But I think when I saw the Fassbinder, I started thinking about Müller again, and I think I thought about Quartet, because Quartet happens in this sort of huis clos, as the French say, of a bunker, or he calls it a salon before the French Revolution and a bunker after the Third World War, which is, a huge, fascinating image of, where are they? But somehow they're trapped anyway. And in the Fassbinder film, they're trapped as well in a hotel, in a bar, in a hotel, waiting for the money to keep doing the film. And they play games, really, like in the Müller. They play games of power and with the sexuality and I realized that there was a huge connection between these, for me anyway, artistically, between these two pieces of work.